The information provided by Trading Forex Price Action to you does not constitute personal financial advice. The information provided is of a general nature only and does not take into account your individual objectives, financial situation, or needs. It should not be used, relied upon, or treated as a substitute for specific professional advice.
Weekly Forecast.
Hey guys, this is the weekly forecast for July 19th through the 23rd of 2021. Alright, we'll start off with the Euro-Yen pair. This is the weekly chart. We'll start off with an overview. So the last weekly long trade that formed was right here with the stop loss at this pivot low right here. And then 4 weeks ago there was possible compact short price action that formed right here, which shows strong short strength. However, since I'm not getting full confirmation of the legitimacy of this compact short price action for the time being, in the long term, I'm short biased right back down to this pivot low right here. Moreover, on the short term, although I'm not getting full confirmation of this compact short price action, I am getting partial confirmations on the daily charts in this area, and this area. So for the time being, also on the short term, I am short biased. Alright, let's talk entries. Alright, we'll stay on this weekly chart. Let me run you by the setup that I've been looking at for the past couple of months. So there was a strong long trade that formed right here with this stop loss at this pivot low right here. And then there was a weak short trade that formed right here. So as price pulled back, I was looking for long entries right back up to this pivot high as a target. And several weeks later, there was another weak short trade that formed right here. So again, I was looking for long trades right up to this pivot high as a target. And then about 2 months later, there are two short trades that formed here and here that were actually stronger than the last weekly long trade right here. However, both these strong short trades hit its target at monthly gap levels in this area. So again, I was looking for long entries right back up to this pivot high as a target. Then roughly 4 weeks ago, there was possible compact short price action that formed right here, which shows strong short strength. However, although this compact short price action wasn't fully confirmed, there was a daily fake HNS that formed right here, which shows short-term long strength. However, price still pushed down to its high target. So as price pulled back in this area, if you recall, I took a short trade at this 132.20 level right here with the stop loss at this pivot high right here, and its main target for the time being at this weekly long stop loss level way down here. Alright, so let me show you how I'm managing this short trade. So let's go over to the daily chart. Alright, so on this daily chart, that compact short price action that's partially confirmed formed right here. And that daily fake HNS I referred to earlier is right here, which shows short-term long strength. However, price still pushed down to its high target, thus leading to partial confirmation of this compact short price action. And thus I entered a short trade about 3 weeks ago at this 132.20 level right here with the stop loss at this pivot high right here, and its main target way down on that weekly long trade stop loss level. Now for the past several weeks, there's been more partial confirmation of this compact short price action, with this strong daily long trade stop loss being hit at this level right here. And moreover, last week, another strong daily long trade that formed right here. However, stop loss was hit again. So all three of these price elements do add partial confirmation to the legitimacy of the compact short price action that formed right here. However, even at this point, it is not definite. So in terms of the future management of this trade, I'm always looking for price action setups that further confirm the legitimacy of the compact short price action right here. So for example, that would be fake price patterns. So if you get a fake double bottom that forms on the way down, that's going to add short-term short strength, and thus that will add to the legitimacy of this compact short price action. Moreover, 2 weeks ago, I mentioned if I get another pullback to this 1.3220 level, at this point, I'm still willing to add another short position with the same trade parameters as the last short trade. So that stop loss will be at this pivot high right here, and its main target still being at that weekly long trade stop loss level way down here. Moreover, I'm always looking for possible entry points along with the weekly bias short through price patterns. Again, for example, a fake double bottom that forms, and since fake double bottoms did not go as target height, that will be my stop loss level, and as price pulls back, I will look for short entries, again in the same direction as a weekly short bias. And moreover, in terms of future trade management, I'm always looking for compact long price action to form, which shows strong long strength. In which case this does form on the lower time frames, I will abort the short trade altogether. Okay, and if you don't understand what I'm talking about in terms of fake price patterns and long-term biases and whatnot, please watch my price action trading course. For that course is designed to provide you the necessary information to comprehend these forecasts and analysis. Alright, let's go on to the pound dollar. Okay, this is a monthly chart. We'll start off with an overview. So there's a weak double bottom right here. And since weak double bottoms typically do not go as target height, generally in this area right here, in the long term, I'm short biased right back down to this pivot low right here. However, for the time being on the weekly chart, since there's more strength long than short, in the short term, I'm long biased right back up to this pivot high right here. Okay, let's talk entries. Alright, this is a weekly chart. Let me run you by the setup I've been looking at for the past couple of months. So there was a strong short trade that formed right here, and then a weak long trade formed right here. And so as price pulled back, I was looking for short entries right back down to this pivot low right here. And that target was it right here. And then as price pulled back in this area, I was still looking for short entries. However, at this area right here, there was compact long price action that formed. And when this compact long price action formed, that changed the bias to long all the way up to the last short trade stop loss at this pivot high right here. And then roughly a month ago, there was a weak short trade that formed right here. And just last week, there was a long trade that formed right here, which was slightly stronger than the last short trade. And so yesterday, as price pulled back, I took a long entry at this 1.3790 level with the stop loss at this pivot low right here. And its conservative target being at a daily short trade stop loss level, which is right here. However, the main target being right up here at the last week short trades stop loss level. Alright, so let me show you how I'm managing this long trade. So let's go over to the daily chart. Okay, so on this daily chart, I took that long trade yesterday at this 1.3790 level, roughly right here, with the stop loss being right here at this pivot low, and its conservative target being right here, and its main target being at that weekly short trade stop loss level way up here. Now in this case, I'm planning to take out the majority of my position at this conservative target right here. Now the reason being is that the last daily short trade that formed was right here with its stop loss at its pivot high right here. Now typically, since this trade is based on a weekly bias, the main target will be right up here, but there's a couple reasons why I'm planning to take out the majority of my position at this conservative target right here. Alright, so let me explain that to you on the 4-hour chart. Alright, so on the 4-hour chart for the past couple of weeks, there were many trades in both directions. So one of the 4-hour long trades that formed were right here with this stop loss at this pivot low right here. And then there were two short trades that formed that were actually weaker than the last long trade. And then moreover, there was another long trade right here. And then 2 candles later, there was another weak short trade that formed right here. Now, although this last 4-hour long trade was stronger than the last short trade, price still stopped it out at this stop loss level right here. So although on this 4-hour chart, there were strong long trades and weak short trades, price still managed to stop out one of those long trades at this point, which is telling me that there's a lot of short-term short strength. So due to the fact that the lower time frames is showing short-term short strength, I'm planning to take the majority of that long position out at the last daily short trade stop loss level, which is right here. And moreover, next week, even if I get further pullback down to that weekly long trade stop loss level, which is right here, I will not be adding any more long positions. Alright, so to explain future trade management, let's go back to the daily chart. Alright, so the first thing I want to see on this daily chart in terms of that long trades management is for price on this daily chart and moreover on the 4-hour chart to either break out or surpass this daily trend line. For it's obvious that this daily trend line is applying a lot of short pressure. And again, like always, I'm always looking for any compact short price action to form, in which case if this does form on the lower time frames, I will abort that long trade altogether. And moreover, since price on the 4-hour chart is showing short-term short strength, a common way that compact short price action forms in this type of scenario is that it forms on the way down to the stop loss. So since that weekly long trade stop loss is at this level, as price does begin to reach these lower levels, I'll be keenly watching for any compact short price action, in which case it forms, I would abort the long trade altogether. Okay, let's go on to the dollar again. Alright, this is a monthly chart. We'll start off with an overview. So ultimately, I'm still expecting price to reach this pivot low right here. But before that, I was talking about the pullback to 104, then to 109, and then down to this 101 pivot low. So in the long term, I'm still short bias right back down to this pivot low right here. However, since there was a weekly short trade that formed right here, that was stronger than the last daily long trade that formed right here. In the short term, I am short bias right back down to this pivot low right here. Okay, let's talk entries. Okay, this is a weekly chart. Let me run you by the setup I've been looking at for the past couple of months. So the last long trade that formed was right here with this stop loss at this pivot low right here. And so I was long bias right up to this 104, then to 109 level right here. So at this 109 level right here, where monthly diagonal strong trend line exists, I took out the entire long position. And so at this point, I was starting to look for any waning long momentum. However, at this point right here, if you recall, there was still daily long momentum left. And so price went up a little bit more and then came right back down to these levels. However, although price did fall back down to these levels, there were no signs of waning long momentum. And then on the daily chart, there was a strong long trend that formed at this level right here. And so I took another long entry. However, I took very short targets roughly at these levels right here and left the remainder of the position in to see if it could get a little bit higher. And then on the daily chart at these levels right here, there were consecutive weak short trades that formed, which is a common way that price moves when there's short-term but long strength. And so the remaining 10% of that position was still left in this long trade. However, I took another 5% out at a monthly downward trend line level at this level right here, leaving me with 5% of that long position. However, this week, another weekly short trade formed right here. So at this point, I took out the last 5% of that long position. So at this point, I have no long positions on this pair. All right, so now let me explain to you a future trade setup I'm looking at. So like I mentioned earlier, those are rather strong weekly short trade that formed right here with the stop loss at this pivot high right here. Now typically, since this is a weekly short trade, I would target the opposing weekly long trade stop loss level at its main target way down here. However, like I mentioned on the overview, this long trade, in my opinion, hit its target at 109, roughly at this level right here. So in this case of this new weekly short trade, this long trade stop loss level has no relevance. So at this point, for the main target for this weekly short trade will be the last daily long trade stop loss at this level right here. And then see how price reacts at these levels right here to see if I can get a portion of that short position all the way down to this weekly stop loss level right here. So again, in terms of the short trade I'm looking for in the future, the stop loss is at this pivot high right here, and its main target being right down here. And so if I could get enough of a pullback to entice me in terms of risk reward to take a short position, perhaps a pullback right back to the 110.64 levels right here, I'm willing to take a short entry again with a stop loss at this pivot high and its main target being right down here. Okay, and moreover, I'm always looking for any compact long price action to form. And if this forms before this future possible short entry, I will not take that short entry altogether. And moreover, if this compact short price action forms after I take this short entry, for example in this area right here, again I will abort that entire short position immediately. Okay, alright, so that's it for the weekly forecast. I hope you guys have a great week, and thanks for watching. Okay, bye.